Hello everybody, Mr. Lego Lover 55 here, and welcome to another LEGO set review. Today we're taking a look at another Minecraft set, Set 21151, The End Battle. This set is recommended for ages 7 and up, and has around 222 pieces. So taking a look at the box here, on the front we've of course got the actual set. Here at the bottom got some of the figures slash minifigure that's included. Here on the side got set info there, Lego Minecraft logo there at the top with the Minecraft corner box art there. And here it shows that you can unlock a character skin in the game in Bedrock edition. That is actually a specific edition. I'll sort of explain more about that later, but in here on the back you've got all the play features, and again that thing to unlock the skin in the game. But that's enough taking a look at the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual set. Okay, so here is the set all built up, and we'll go ahead and start off with play features. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with just the simple, end part, the actual end part of this set, and that is sort of just the island and one of the towers, I guess. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take some of these figures off just for now. We'll take a look at them later. But there's really only one play feature with this, and that's with the crystal up here. So something I'll actually mention, well, first the play features. So you got the end crystal there. If you turn it around, there's this axle piece here sticking out on the back, which it's nice that you can't really see it from this angle, although from this angle you can see it. Although you're not going to really want to look at it from this side, since there's not really a whole lot going on this side. But so basically, you press that, and the end crystal comes off. And basically how that works is that there's a stud shooter in there, and it basically just connects to this end crystal here. And one thing I actually really like about the end crystal here is that it uses a piece I've never seen in this color before. It uses a 2x2 brick, but it's just trans clear, which I've never seen it in this color before, so this is pretty cool to get, and it's just nice to get it in such a cheap set. I mean, maybe it's come in a cheap set before, I wouldn't know, but this is the first time I've seen it, so that's pretty cool. And that's really the only play feature there is to the set, but just taking a look at other details on this end island, you've got this potion here, which you can have the minifigure hold onto just like that. I believe that's supposed to be a health potion, so she can drink that to gain more health, and yeah, that's really all there is to the end island. But moving this to the side, we can go ahead and take a look at the Ender Dragon redesign. So this set is, I guess, sort of a remake, if you want to call it that. There have been quite a lot of remakes, actually, this for 2019 sets. But I guess this is sort of a remake of the original. I believe it was the Ender Dragon. I believe that was the set name. It's basically a remake of that set, and they downsized it so they can make it, I guess, more accessible to everyone. And I'm glad they did, because that set was like $60 or $70 or something, and this set is $20, and I'm glad that they made it more affordable, because now I can actually have an Ender Dragon. Although this Ender Dragon is a lot smaller than the original one, at least I think. I don't actually own the set, but even though it's smaller, I think it still looks really good, and honestly it even looks more accurate. And although it does look accurate, I'm not entirely sure if it's size accurate or not, but to me that doesn't exactly matter. The original Lego Ender Dragon had these, I guess, pre-molded wings that a lot of Lego dragons use, whereas these ones are actually brick built, and I like these a lot more than those ones, because with these brick built ones, they actually look a lot more accurate to how the wings look in the game, with all like these sort of sharp curve parts, and then just the blocky flaps and all that. It just works a lot better than those more, I guess, realistic dragon-like wings that they used for the original. So I'm glad that they made them sort of brick built with this one. But that's really the only difference I can point out, and that I like more than the original. Although something I did like more with the original, I believe it had sort of like a flapping function when you press like one of the spikes on the back, and this one does have a spike that you can push down, but it doesn't do the same function. So the original, you press down on one of the spikes and the wings like flapped. This one, when you push down on the spike, it releases you can see there's a spring-loaded shooter right there, and when you press down on this spike, it shoots that out. And they do give you 2 of those, so you have one as an extra just in case you lose one. But basically how it works is, you can see this spike right here is sort of in there a little bit, but when you put the the spring-loaded shooter in there. That comes back up, and you can shoot that again and possibly lose it. I actually almost lost it before I started recording the review. But that's pretty much it for play features, but taking a look at posability, that's probably its weakest part, maybe. So you've got some posability in the necks and the tail, and those work fine. You've got hinge joint there, basically just a bunch of places you can pose it so you can get it like in different angles like that. And of course the wings do flap. You've got those are connected by hinges, so you can move those around however you want. And of course the tail can move around. It's just on all sorts of hinges, so you can have it curve all like that, or just, yeah, you can pose that stuff in a lot of different ways. But the main problem I have with the posability is with the legs, and the legs is where I think it's very, very limited, and I guess I can kind of understand why, because in the actual game, the Ender Dragon doesn't really, like, sit or stand like this at all. In the game, the Ender Dragon's always just flying around. It doesn't really land on anything at all, but when you have it with a Lego one, you can't really do that unless you have like clear pieces to sort of display it. But if you don't have them, when you're trying to display the Ender Dragon here, it's a little bit difficult to do so and not make it seem a little bit weird. So if we go ahead and take a look at the legs, you can see the back legs are very large compared to these front legs, and these front legs are just very skinny and honestly kind of pathetic a little bit. And kind of the worst part is that they don't actually there's not a whole lot of friction, even though this is not a frictionless pin there. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of friction, and it moves easily, and you can sometimes, whoops, gotta be careful when you're pressing that spike. It can be difficult to pose sometimes, because sometimes the legs will just fall forward like that, and that does get a little bit annoying. And unfortunately, the best way to sort of counteract that is to just have these legs straight like that, so you can't really get it in any cool poses where it's like bending down like that with the front legs, so you can't really do that and have it, like, I guess, make it be easy. I don't know, maybe you can do that, although it is a little bit difficult sometimes. Actually, never mind, that actually is a little bit easier. It doesn't fall forward all the time. Although it is at quite a low angle, so it does look a little bit off, but not too much. Okay, so I'm kind of realizing there are some things about this dragon I didn't really know about before, so I mean, that's kind of why I'm doing this review, to learn more about this set. And I have. This is actually kind of fun, just doing it on its hind legs. Okay, never mind. The posability of the back legs, up here it's just connected with a blue pin axle, and that just moves around like that. You can move this forward. You can't really move it forward that much. That's as much as you can move it forward, and you can only move it back 1, 2, 3 ratchets back, and that's about it. So posability there is a little bit limited, but that's kind of to be expected. One of my favorite parts about this dragon, though, besides the wings, is the head. And the head, I think, is done really well, especially for being a downsized version of the original. So they use printed pieces here to their advantage, and I'm glad that they are printed pieces. So yes, these pieces here in the mouth and the eyes, those are not stickers. Those are printed pieces, and I am very happy about that. They also use this new tile plate-like piece to their advantage. They use that as the nose, or the front of the head, where they use like the nostrils there. That is a very clever use of that piece, and that is, I believe that piece wasn't available around the time when they made the original Ender Dragon, so they couldn't have done that with the original. So I'm glad that they did use it on this one. I feel like that is definitely the best piece to use for that. And also, I believe the original could do this, but this one can as well, is that you can open and close the mouth like that, and that printed piece, you can get a better look at that there, so that looks really cool. So you can have it open up all the way like that, or just a little bit, or just completely close it, whatever is your preference. So that is pretty fun. But overall, that's really all there is to the Ender Dragon. I think that's pretty much all there is to the set. So let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures. So here is the first, and I guess technically only like a quote-unquote minifigure in this set, and this character doesn't actually have a name, and I'm very happy about that. It is not Steve, and it is not Alex, so I'm very happy that we're actually getting skins that are not Steve and Alex, and this was a trend that was sort of started with the Skull Arena set, where we were finally getting boxed LEGO Minecraft sets with new skins that were not Steve or Alex, and I'm glad that they're sort of continuing to do that with this wave of Minecraft sets, with this one and also that pirate ship one. So I'm very happy that they're starting to sort of go out and do more skins other than just Steve and Alex. And the print for this one looks really cool, so I guess this one's like sort of an archer or something like that, I'm assuming, because, I don't know, just sort of the hood and then the bow, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Robin Hood, so I'm assuming like some sort of archer or something, and yeah, that enchanted bow is really nice to get in such a cheap set. I believe that's only come in a few more expensive sets, so it's nice to get it in a $20 set. Also, that Ender Pearl, that is, I believe, supposed to be an Ender Pearl, that is a new print, so that is also nice to get, and you actually do get one as an extra, not as an official piece, but you do get one as a spare piece. And taking a look at the back print, honestly, probably one of my favorite, I guess, just skins. This is, I believe, one of the first custom skins that aren't Steve or Alex to have back printing, so that's really cool. It's got like this creeper face design. At first I thought maybe it's like a cape, but I'm not entirely sure about that, but honestly, it looks really cool, so that's awesome. And you can even see she does have some leg print. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be like a tear in the pants or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks really cool. So, you know, overall, this figure looks amazing, and although it is a bit of a shame, because I feel like mine might have been a little bit misprinted there. It's a little hard to see, but there is like some blue on that black there. I'm not sure if that's a misprint or not, but that kind of sucks. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this figure. Awesome figure. Let's move on to the Enderman. Here is the Enderman, and there is not really anything new with this mob here. This is pretty much the same exact Enderman we've been getting since day one from when LEGO Minecraft minifigure scale sets were first coming out. But it is nice to get it in such a cheap set. I believe this is the cheapest set so far that it's come in, which is a $20 set. So that's really cool because, I don't know, I think before this it was only coming in like maybe $60 or $70 sets at max, like, because I know it came in the End Portal set, but I feel like that might have been the cheapest set it came in. I don't know, it might have come in another set that I've forgotten about. There have been so many Minecraft sets that have been coming out. There's just been so many that I've been forgetting about. But yeah, it's nice to get an Enderman in here in this set, and he is carrying, I believe, an endstone block. Well, obviously, because what else would that be? But yeah, he's carrying an endstone block, so that's really cool. And basically how it works, it uses headlight bricks to sort of connect the block to the Enderman's hands, and just if you didn't know that, now you know. So here is the instruction manual for this set. Here on the front, same stuff as on the front of the box, and then you got the QR code to get the instructions in the LEGO Life app. Here it shows that you should open up the bags according to their number. Again, for that LEGO Life thing, instructions, more instructions, then the final product, sort of. Shows how to shoot the thing, and then it shows that you can get the character in the game, which I actually completely forgot about, so I'll have to mention that at the end of the video. And another thing for LEGO Life, and then the good old list of pieces, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the video. Okay, so before I talk about the skin thing and trying to get that in the game, I'm going to go ahead and go over the set first because I have quite a lot to say about that. So first of all, the set overall, I like it. It's definitely great. Just honestly, it's very nice to make this set a lot more accessible than the original $60 to $70 set. I still don't know. I should have probably looked it up. But it's just nice to have a smaller version of the set that is more accessible to a lot more people because it is a cheaper set. And the actual Ender Dragon, although it is a downsize, and I'm not entirely sure if it's size accurate or not, I really like it, and I feel like it is a little bit more accurate looking compared to the original, especially with those wings. I really like the design of those. They definitely seem a lot more accurate to the Ender Dragon in the game than the original one. And honestly, I'd say the main part about this set is definitely the Ender Dragon, and honestly, that's probably my favorite part about this set. Although the End Island isn't that bad either, although it is really small, and that's understandable because it is a $20 set. You get 222 actually, I just realized it was 222. Dude, that is quite a coincidence. But the End Island itself is not all that bad, and I understand why it's so small, because this is a $20 set, and a lot of the pieces, I'm assuming, went into making the Ender Dragon, which looks awesome, and I understand why they had to sort of cut corners, or I guess not use as many pieces with this End Island and the End Tower. I also really like that play feature with the End Crystal. I think that's a very clever way to do it, and honestly, I think better than the way that they did it with the original Ender Dragon set, which I think the original way, I think you would just like take it off or something. You would just knock it off like that, which that's cool, but I don't know, I feel like this way with the stud shooter is a lot more fun, I guess. And although that set did have a light brick to light this up, I feel like that isn't entirely necessary, because one of the towers from the original set had a light brick, but the rest didn't, so I think it's nice if it just stays with continuity and just only if none of them had the light brick. And then also the figure in this set is also really cool to get. That is an exclusive figure. It's nice that we're getting some more new, I guess, skin characters that aren't Steve and Alex, so that's just always nice to get. But now it's time to talk about redeeming the skin in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and basically Bedrock Edition is every single version of Minecraft except for the Java Edition, which is the PC version of Minecraft. There is a Windows 10 edition, but that would fall under the Bedrock Edition, but basically Bedrock Edition is every single version of Minecraft except for Java Edition. And basically how you redeem the code is you would take this brick, which was sitting right here, you would turn that around and there would be a unique code on there. I'm showing part of it, but there is a code there, and you would basically type that, go to like the Microsoft Store or whatever, and redeem that. And well, I spent the past hour, ever since I recorded the clip for the instructions, I spent an hour trying to figure out how to redeem it, and because I thought I redeemed it, but it was a little bit difficult, because I was trying to redeem it for the Android edition of Minecraft, because that's, I think, currently the only edition I have. So I was trying to redeem it for that, and I redeemed it on my computer, on the Microsoft Store, and I probably should have done it on my phone instead, or I don't know. It was just really confusing. I spent an hour trying to get it, and I just didn't end up getting it, so yeah, honestly, it was kind of confusing, but I mean, maybe it's a lot easier if you have like Windows 10 edition or something like that, or a console edition, but I don't know, trying to get it on the Android was really difficult for me, so I don't know. For me, it was really difficult. Maybe for some people it won't be, but I feel like there needs to be maybe an easier way to redeem the code. Maybe if there was like a place like in the actual Minecraft game, like when you open up the Minecraft screen, there's a place where you can just like redeem the code. I think that would be a lot easier instead of having to go to a separate website. That would probably be a lot easier, because I would honestly like to see more of these redeemed skins in the future. I think that's a really cool idea, but I just think they need to make it a lot more easier to redeem the code. But yeah, overall, that's, I guess, sort of my rant on that, and I guess it's a rant kind of complaining because I spent an hour trying to figure that out and I never did, so that's 1 hour of my life I'll never get back. But anyways, as for the set itself, I think this is a really good set. You get a lot of cool stuff for it, a lot of cool stuff you get in such a cheap Minecraft set. But anyways, that's about all I have to say about this set, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building!